Welcome to Fluent English Daily, the professional way to master the English.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Fluent English Daily. It is so good to be here with you. I'm Emily.
And I'm John. Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a peaceful day today. I have a funny question for you. Do you like to work very hard, or do you like to rest?
You know me, I love to rest. Relaxing is my favorite hobby.
Me too. But what if you could do both? Imagine if you could actually learn English while sleeping.
Wow, really? Learn while sleeping? That sounds like a dream. Is it possible?
It is. We call it subconscious learning. It's a gentle way to train your brain to speak English just by listening.
So no heavy grammar books today?
Exactly. Just relaxing and effective sleep learning. Let's explore this together. The weather is so nice outside. It makes me feel calm.
I am so glad to hear that, John. A peaceful mind is perfect for what we are talking about today. It is a very interesting topic.
Oh? Tell me more. I love interesting topics. Is it about grammar?
No, John, no grammar today. Today, we are asking a big question. Can you learn English while sleeping?
Wow, really? Sleeping? That sounds like a dream. I love sleeping. If I can learn at the same time, that would be amazing.
It sounds like magic, right? But it is a real idea. Many people talk about subconscious English learning methods. It means learning without stress.
Subconscious. That is a big word. Can you explain that simply?
Of course, think about your brain. When you sleep, your body rests, but your brain, it is still working a little bit. It is still listening.
I see. So the brain is awake even when my eyes are closed.
Exactly. It's like leaving a window open. Fresh air comes in. In this case, English comes in. This is what we call passive English listening for fluency.
Ah, passive. That means I do not have to do anything, right? I just lie in bed?
Yes, that's the best part. You just listen. You don't try to understand every word. You just let the sounds wash over you, like water.
That sounds so relaxing. I often worry about understanding everything. When I study, I get a headache sometimes.
I know that feeling. We all want to understand 100%. But to train your brain to speak English, you need to relax too. Your brain needs to hear the music of the language.
The music of the language. I like that. So it helps with the sound, not the meaning.
Mostly the sound, yes. When you use effective sleep learning for English learners, you get used to the rhythm, the ups and downs of the voice.
I see. So, Emily, be honest with me. People always ask how to learn English fast in your sleep. Is it really fast? Will I wake up and speak perfectly?
That's a good question. I want to be honest. It is not a magic pill. You will not wake up and suddenly be Shakespeare.
Okay, good. I was worried I would have to write a play tomorrow.
No. But it makes your daytime learning faster. It prepares your brain. It's like warming up before you run. If you listen at night, English feels more familiar in the morning.
Familiar, yes, that is important. Sometimes English feels very strange to me, very foreign.
Exactly. We want to make it feel like a friend. So tell me, John, have you ever fallen asleep with the TV on?
Oh, yes, many times. Usually when I watch old movies.
And do you remember sounds from the movie when you wake up?
Sometimes I dream about the movie sounds. It's funny.
See? That's your subconscious working. Now imagine if that was a gentle English conversation. Your brain practices the sounds all night.
That makes sense. So how do I start? Do I just play loud music?
Oh no, not loud music. That would wake you up. We need effective sleep learning for English learners. It must be quiet, gentle.
Right, soft voices.
Yes, you should listen to slow, clear conversations, like this one, or simple stories. The volume should be very low, just a whisper.
Just a whisper. Okay, so I should not focus on the words.
No. If you focus, you will stay awake. You will think, oh, what does that word mean? We don't want that. We want you to drift away.
I think I can do that. I am very good at drifting away.
I know you are, John. That's why this method is perfect for you. It's about trust, trusting your brain to do the work.
It feels good to trust my brain. I usually fight with my brain. I try to force the words in.
Force is not good for language. Language grows like a plant. You cannot pull a plant to make it grow fast. You just give it water and sun.
Wow, that is beautiful. So listening while sleeping is the water.
Yes, it keeps the soil wet. It keeps your mind ready.
So how to learn English fast in your sleep is actually about being slow.
Yes, paradox, right? To go fast, you must go slow. If you are relaxed, you learn better. Stress blocks learning.
I agree completely. When I'm stressed, I forget everything, even my own name.
Oh, John, I hope you don't forget your name. But yes, stress creates a wall. Sleep removes the wall.
Okay, I'm convinced. I want to try this. I want to train your brain to speak English. Oh, wait, my brain while I nap.
You can do it tonight. Find a playlist of sleep learning English or just slow dialogues. Put your phone on the table, turn the volume down, and close your eyes.
Should I use headphones?
You can, but be careful. Sleeping with headphones can be uncomfortable. Maybe a small speaker is better, or comfortable sleep headphones.
Right, comfort is number one.
Number one, if you are not comfortable, you will not sleep. And sleep is the most important part.
True, if I don't sleep, I will be grumpy tomorrow, and a grumpy John is not good at English.
We do not want a grumpy John. We want a happy, rested John who learns through passive English listening for fluency.
Passive listening. I really like this phrase. It feels like a gift, a free gift of learning.
It is a gift you give yourself, and consistency is key. Try it for 1 week.
Just 1 week?
Start with 1 week. See how you feel. Do you feel more confident? Do the words sound clearer?
I will try it. Tonight. I will put on a story maybe about travel.
Travel is good. Or daily life. Simple topics are best. You don't want exciting action movies in your ear. You might have crazy dreams.
Help! The car is exploding. No, that is not good for sleep.
Definitely not. Calm, boring, repetitive. Repetition is our friend here.
Boring is good. That is new advice.
For subconscious English learning methods, yes. If it's too interesting, your brain wakes up to listen. If it's a little boring, your brain says, okay, I know this, and relaxes. But it still hears the grammar patterns.
Aha, so it learns the patterns secretly.
Secretly, yes. It's like a secret agent mission for your brain.
Agent John, I like it. You know, Emily, this makes me feel better about my progress. Sometimes I feel I'm not doing enough.
You are doing enough, John. Every little bit helps. Even sleeping helps. Be kind to yourself.
Thank you, Emily. Your words are always so kind.
We are in this together. And to all our friends listening, we want you to try this too, tonight.
Yes, join me in the sleeping experiment. Let's learn English while sleeping together. Well, in our own beds, of course.
Of course, but we'll be connected in spirit.
It is amazing how the brain works. We have so much power inside us.
We do. We just need to unlock it, gently, softly.
So, to summarize, low volume, simple content, and relax. Did I miss anything?
Just one thing. Don't worry if you don't remember the words in the morning. That's normal. The learning is deep inside.
Deep inside. Got it. I will not quiz myself over breakfast.
No quizzes, just coffee and a smile.
Sounds like a perfect morning.
It really does. I think our friends are ready to try this.
I think so too. I'm actually feeling a little sleepy now. Just talking about it is relaxing.
Stay with us, John. We have a little bit more to share, but it's good that you're relaxed.
I am very relaxed. This topic is my favorite so far.
I'm glad. Passive learning is a great tool. It complements your active study. It's like the yin and yang, active and passive.
Balance. Everything needs balance.
Yes. So friends, tonight, before you sleep, choose a nice audio track.
Maybe this podcast? Is this podcast good for sleeping?
I hope we are not too boring, but yes, our voices are calm. You can listen to us again as you drift off.
That would be nice. Falling asleep with friends.
Exactly. We are here to support you, day and night.
Day and night. I like that. Okay, I'm ready to set up my routine.
Wonderful. Creating a routine is powerful. It tells your brain it is time to rest and learn.
Signals. My brain likes signals.
All brains do. So let's make a promise. Tonight, we try effective sleep learning for English learners.
Promise, I will report back next time.
I can't wait to hear about it. Maybe you will dream in English.
Oh, dreaming in English. That would be the ultimate goal. That would be so cool.
It happens to many people. First, you hear it, then you dream it, then you speak it.
A beautiful path. Hear, dream, speak.
Yes, step by step.
Well, Emily, this has been very encouraging. I feel less pressure now.
That is the goal, John. Less pressure, more fluency.
I am ready to hear some examples of what to listen to. Do you have any specific ideas for our listeners?
I do. In our next part, we can talk exactly what kind of stories or sounds work best, but for now, just the idea is enough.
Yes, the idea is planted, like a seed.
Like a seed. Let it grow tonight.
I will. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you, John, and thank you everyone for listening. We are so happy you are here.
Yes, thank you, friends. You are doing a great job.
Before we go to the next section, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders.
That feels good.
Good. Now let's get ready to look at some practical tips.
I am ready. Lead the way, Emily.
Let's go. You are right, John. A peaceful mind is so important. But, sometimes my mind is not peaceful. Sometimes I feel worried about learning. Do you ever feel that way?
Yes, actually, I do. Sometimes I look at my English books and I feel tired, just very tired. I want to learn, but my brain says stop. Does that make sense?
Oh, totally. I understand completely. It is a heavy feeling. We work all day, we take care of our families, and then we feel we must study grammar lists. It is stressful.
Exactly. That is the word, stressful. I feel guilty if I do not study, but I am too tired to focus. It is a difficult circle.
It is. But John, what if I told you there is a way to break that circle? What if you could relax, close your eyes, and still improve? What if you could actually learn English while sleeping?
Wow, really? Learn English while sleeping? That sounds like magic, Emily. Is it real?
It sounds like magic, but it is actually very natural. It's about letting your brain work while you rest. We call this subconscious English learning methods. It is not about stress. It is about comfort.
Comfort. I like that word. So I don't need a pen? I don't need a book?
No pen, no book. Just you, your pillow, and some sound. Think about it, John. When you are awake, you try very hard. You think about every word. Is this past tense? Is this future tense?
Oh, yes. I worry about mistakes all the time.
Right, but when you use passive English listening for fluency, you stop worrying. Your conscious mind, the part that worries, goes to sleep, but your ears are still open. Your brain is still listening.
I see. So the worry sleeps, but the learning continues. That feels safe. It feels gentle.
Exactly. It is very gentle. It removes the fear. Many students ask me, Emily, how to learn English fast in your sleep? And I tell them it is not about rushing, it's about exposure. It's about surrounding yourself with the language.
So it's like a warm blanket of English words. You just lie there and let it cover you.
That is a beautiful image, John. Yes, a warm blanket of words. You are using effective sleep learning for English learners to make the language feel like home. You are not fighting the language, you are inviting it in.
That sounds so much better than fighting. Sometimes learning English feels like a fight with vocabulary, a fight with rules. I'm tired of fighting.
I know, John. Softly, I know. And that is why this topic is so special to me. We want our listeners to know that it is okay to be tired. It is okay to rest. You can still train your brain to speak English without the struggle.
Wow, train your brain? That sounds powerful. But you're saying I can do this while I dream?
In a way, yes. Your brain organizes information when you sleep. If you listen to soft, clear English as you fall asleep, your brain holds on to those sounds. It's subconscious. It's deep.
I think I need this. I think many of our friends listening today need this. We are all so busy. We are all so tired.
Yes, we push ourselves too hard. So today, we want to give you permission to stop pushing. We want to show you a softer way.
A softer way. That sounds lovely. I'm feeling more relaxed just talking about it.
Me too. It's a relief, isn't it, to know that you don't always have to work hard to get results. Sometimes the best way is the passive way.
Right, passive, just receiving, just listening.
Exactly. So, are you ready to learn how this works? Are you ready to learn how to prepare your room and your mind?
I am very ready, Emily. Please tell us more.
Wonderful. Let's talk about the specific steps to set up your night for success. You know, when we talk about learning, sometimes the words we use can sound scary. They can sound difficult.
You are right, Emily. Sometimes I hear big words about education, and I feel small. I feel like I need a dictionary just to understand how to learn.
I understand completely. But today, we are going to look at these words differently. We are going to make them our friends. We will look at 3 or 4 special expressions that help us understand how to learn English while sleeping. Simple words for a peaceful mind.
I like the sound of that. Making words our friends. Which word should we start with? What is the most important one for today?
I think we should start with the word subconscious.
Subconscious. That is a long word. It sounds a bit serious. Can you explain it simply?
Of course. Think about your breathing, John. Right now, are you telling your lungs to breathe? Are you thinking, okay, breathe in, okay, breathe out?
No, I'm not. If I had to think about it, I would forget. My body just does it.
Exactly. Your body does it automatically. That's like your subconscious. It's the part of your mind that works without you thinking. It's the deep part of your brain. It's always awake, even when you're asleep.
I see. So when we talk about subconscious English learning methods, we are talking about learning automatically?
Yes, just like your heart beats without you trying, your brain can hear English without you trying. You do not need to study hard with a book. You let your deep mind do the work.
That sounds so relaxing. It takes the pressure off. I don't have to force it. My subconscious handles it.
Right. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You don't stand there and yell at the seed, grow, grow. You put it in the soil, and the earth does the work. That's your subconscious.
I love that picture, the garden of the mind. Okay, I feel good about that word. What is our next expression?
The next one connects to that garden. It's passive listening, specifically passive English listening for fluency.
Passive. To be honest, Emily, when I hear the word passive, I think of being lazy. I think of sitting on the sofa and doing nothing.
I understand why you think that. In school, teachers often say, be active, raise your hand. But in language learning, passive is a beautiful thing. It does not mean lazy, it means receiving.
Receiving. Like receiving a gift?
Yes, exactly. Imagine you are sitting by a river. You are just sitting there. You are passive, but you can hear the water. You can feel the cool air. You are experiencing the river just by being there. You are letting the river come to you.
Ah, that's nice. So passive English listening for fluency means I let the English sounds come to me, like the river water.
Perfect. You play the audio, maybe while you're cleaning or cooking or resting in bed. You don't try to translate every word. You just let the sounds wash over you. That's how to learn English fast in your sleep or while relaxing. You let the sound wash over you.
I feel much less guilty now. Sometimes I listen to English podcasts, but I'm not writing notes. I thought I was being bad, but actually I was doing passive listening.
You were doing a great job, John. You were letting your brain get used to the sounds. That leads us to our next phrase. It's about what happens inside your head. The phrase is, train your brain.
Train your brain. Now I think of a gym. I think of lifting heavy weights. That sounds hard again.
Oh, John, you have such an active imagination. Let's soften that image. Don't think of a gym, think of a path in the woods.
A path in the woods? Okay, I'm imagining a green forest.
Good. When you walk on a path many times, the grass gets flat. The path becomes clear. It becomes easy to walk. You train your brain to speak English in the same way. By listening to the same simple sentences again and again, you make a path in your mind.
I see. So training is not about heavy lifting, it's about repetition, walking the same path.
Exactly. Soft repetition. When you use effective sleep learning for English learners, you are playing English quietly at night. Your brain hears the words again and again. It clears the path. So when you wake up, the words are easier to find.
It's like muscle memory, but for the mind.
Yes, and it happens slowly. You can't rush the forest path. You just have to walk it every day, or, in this case, listen every night.
So we have subconscious, the deep mind, passive listening, letting the sound come to you, and train your brain, making the path clear.
You remembered them all perfectly. How do those words feel now? Do they still feel scary?
No, they feel manageable. They feel calm. Subconscious feels like a helper. Passive feels like resting. And training feels like walking.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's the secret to fluency. Fluency is not about fighting the language. It's about flowing with it.
Flowing, like the river again.
Yes, when you're stressed, you block the flow. When you're calm, you open the door.
You know, Emily, I think our listeners would like to try this. I think they're ready to let their subconscious mind do some work.
I agree. So here's a small invitation for you, our dear listeners. Tonight, before you sleep, try this simple thing. Don't open a textbook. Don't try to memorize a list of verbs.
No homework tonight.
No homework. Instead, find a very quiet, slow English audio. Maybe this podcast, maybe a story. Put it on a very low volume, just barely loud enough to hear.
Like a whisper.
Yes, like a whisper in the room. Lie down, close your eyes, and tell yourself, I'm just listening.
That sounds wonderful. Let the words be like a lullaby.
Exactly. Trust your mind. Trust that you can train your brain to speak English simply by resting.
I'm going to try that tonight. I want to see what my subconscious can do.
It's a powerful tool, John. And speaking of tools for sleep and relaxation, there's one more thing we should talk about. We have talked about the words, but we haven't talked about the environment, the room, the feeling of the space.
That's true. It's hard to sleep or learn if the room is noisy or bright. We need to set the scene.
Exactly. Now that we understand these words better, I think we are ready. we are ready to use them. Understanding the meaning is the first step, but feeling the words, that is the second step.
Feeling the words. That sounds interesting, Emily. Usually, I just try to remember them. I repeat them in my head until they stick, but often they fall out again.
I know that feeling, John. It is like trying to hold water in your hands. But today we will try something different. We will practice together. This is a special time. We call this shadowing.
Shadowing, like a shadow following a person?
Exactly. I will lead and you will follow, like my shadow. I will say a sentence very slowly, then you will repeat it. But John, do not just say the words. I want you to imagine them.
Okay, I'm ready. I will try to imagine the meaning. Should I close my eyes?
If you feel comfortable, yes. Closing your eyes can help you listen better. It helps you focus on the sound. Let's take a deep breath first. In and out.
Okay, I feel calm. I'm listening.
Wonderful. Let's start with our main idea today. Please repeat after me. I can learn English while sleeping.
I can learn English while sleeping.
Very good. Your voice is calm. Let's say it again. This time, imagine your brain relaxing. Imagine it opening up like a flower. Repeat. I can learn English while sleeping.
I can learn English while sleeping.
How does that feel, John?
It feels hopeful. Usually, I think learning is hard work. I think of books, pens, and headaches. But saying this sentence makes me feel light. Learn English while sleeping. It sounds like magic.
It does sound like magic, but it is actually science. It's about your brain working quietly. Let's try the next part. We talked about training, so repeat after me. I train my brain to speak English.
I train my brain to speak English.
Good, but let's go slower. I train my brain
I train my brain
to speak English.
to speak English.
Perfect. When you say train, do not think of a heavy gym workout. Think of a garden. You are watering the plants. You are gentle. Let's try the whole sentence again with that feeling.
Okay, a gentle garden. I train my brain to speak English.
Wow, that sounded so natural, John.
Really? I felt less pressure that time. I wasn't worried about making a mistake.
That's the secret. When the pressure is gone, the English comes in. That is what we call passive learning. Let's practice a sentence with that keyword. Repeat after me. Passive English listening for fluency is easy.
Passive English listening for fluency is easy.
I heard a little hesitation there, a little worry.
You caught me. The word fluency always scares me a little bit. It feels like a big mountain I have to climb.
I see. That is very common. Many students feel that way. But remember, fluency is just water flowing. It's not a mountain, it's a river. Let's break it down. Repeat. Passive English listening.
Passive English listening
For fluency
for fluency
is easy.
is easy.
Now put it all together. Imagine the river flowing. Passive English listening for fluency is easy.
Passive English listening for fluency is easy.
Aha! Did you hear that? Your voice went down at the end. You sounded sure.
I did. Surprised. Wow. Saying it is easy actually made it feel easy. That's strange.
Words have power, John. When we speak to ourselves kindly, our brain listens. Our subconscious listens. This leads us to our next important phrase. It's about speed, but not rushing.
Speed without rushing. How is that possible?
Think of a train moving fast but smooth. It is not running or sweating, it just moves. Let's try this sentence. I know how to learn English fast in my sleep.
I know how to learn English fast in my sleep.
Good. Let's emphasize the word know. You are confident. You are not guessing. You know. Try again. I know how to learn English fast in my sleep.
I know how to learn English fast in my sleep.
Yes, that was strong. Do you believe it?
I'm starting to. When I say it, I remind myself that my brain is powerful. I often forget that. I think I'm the one doing all the work, but my brain does the work for me even at night.
Exactly. You are a team with your brain. You are partners, and nighttime is when your partner works the best. Let's do one long sentence. It combines everything. Are you ready for a challenge?
I am ready. I feel calm. I can do it.
That's the spirit. Listen carefully. Effective sleep learning for English learners changes everything.
Effective sleep learning for English learners changes everything.
Beautiful. Let's try it one more time. Focus on the word effective. It means it works. It's real.
Effective sleep learning for English learners changes everything.
I love the rhythm of that sentence.
Me too. It has a nice beat. Da-da-da-da.
Yes, music and language are very close friends. When you find the rhythm, you find the fluency. Let's do a quick review of the feelings we just practiced.
Okay, so we practiced feeling calm, we practiced trusting our brains.
Yes, and we practiced the idea that we don't have to struggle. We can just listen.
It's like we're giving ourselves permission to relax.
Permission to relax. I love that phrase, John. That is so true. Usually after English practice, I feel tired. My head hurts a little. But right now, I feel rested. That makes me so happy. That's the goal of subconscious learning. It should not hurt. It should heal. It feels like I just had a short nap, even though we were talking. That means your brain was in a good state, an alpha state.
Alpha state. That sounds fancy.
It just means you're relaxed but alert, like when you're watching a beautiful sunset. That's the best time to learn.
So when I listen to English in bed tonight, I should try to find this feeling again?
Yes, exactly. Do not try to memorize every word. Just let the sounds wash over you, like a warm bath.
A warm bath of English words. That sounds nice.
It is, and the more you do it, the more it becomes familiar.
I will try this tonight. I will play the audio, close my eyes, and just listen.
That's a perfect plan. And speaking of plans, we have one more thing to do before we finish this practice section.
What is that?
I want you to say one final affirmation. This one is for all our listeners too. It's a promise to yourself.
I'm ready. What is the promise?
Repeat after me. My mind is open, and English flows into me naturally.
My mind is open, and English flows into me naturally.
One more time. Believe it.
My mind is open, and English flows into me naturally.
Exquisite. I felt that, John.
Thank you, Emily. I felt it too. It feels like opening a door.
Keep that door open, John, and to all our friends listening, keep your doors open too. You are doing great work, even when you're resting.
Especially when we're resting.
Right, especially then. Now we have practiced the words and we have practiced the feeling, but you might be asking, how exactly does this work at night?
Yes, I'm curious about the details. Does the brain really wake up when I sleep?
That's a great question. There's a little mechanism inside our heads that helps us. We are going to explore that next.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to know what my brain is doing while I'm dreaming.
It's quite a busy time for your brain. Let's move on and discover how we can help it work even better. It is wonderful to practice together. I hope you felt comfortable using those new words. That practice helps us feel ready for the next step.
Yes, feeling ready is important. And now we want to hear from you. It is time for our question of the day.
Exactly, John. We are talking about resting and improving at the same time. So, here is the question for you. Have you ever tried to learn English while sleeping?
That is a very interesting question. Some people say yes, and some people say no. It is okay to be unsure.
Let's help our listeners answer. Here are 5 examples of what you might say.
Example 1. Yes, I listen to soft English stories all night. I enjoy passive English listening for fluency.
That is a great answer. Example 2. No, I need total silence to sleep. I cannot listen to anything. I understand that feeling.
Me too, sometimes. Example 3. I am not sure. I want to know how to train your brain to speak English without effort.
A very honest answer. Example 4. I tried it, but I just fell asleep and forgot everything.
That happens. And example 5. I listen to vocabulary for 20 minutes before bed. It is a peaceful routine.
These are all wonderful answers. There is no wrong answer here.
Please tell us in the comments below. What is your experience? We really want to know.
Reading your answers makes us feel connected to you. It helps us understand what you need. Now, let's move forward. We want to share a very special tip to help you start tonight. We have come to the end of our time together today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you feel lighter and calmer now.
Yes, I feel very relaxed. Remember, friends, learning does not always need to be hard work. Sometimes you just need to listen and let the words come to you. You can train your brain to speak English gently.
Exactly. Trust your mind. It is working even when you are resting. That is the magic of subconscious English learning methods. You do not need to stress. Just relax and breathe.
Before we go, take a deep breath. You are doing a great job. We are very proud of you.
We really are. Have a peaceful night or day. Maybe tonight try to listen softly as you sleep. Whisper. Goodbye for now, dear friends.
Goodbye, everyone. See you soon.